Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Are you guys ready for another vintage magazine flip through? It seems like it's been a long time since I've done one of these. I'm ready for one. This last 2 weeks actually has just been just one thing after another, after another, after another. And I'm just ready to sit in front of the camera and go through a magazine with you guys. So I'm not going to lie, sometimes with a lot of the times with the YouTube channel, it's easy to get overwhelmed, to get stressed out, to get, I'm trying to think of the word I want to use, overwhelmed, stressed, frantic, panicking, holy cow, I've got to get this out, I got to get this done, I got to film this, what am I going to film for this? And sometimes it gets too much. So these vintage magazine flip throughs really help with, does that make sense? It helps me to calm down. Relax. It's okay. But first thing I want to tell you guys before we get too far into this, I know I look funny. I know I have. Well, let me explain it to you like this. It's cold here. I think the high today is like 40, but the wind chill, it feels like 20 something. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so we have a 2-story house. We have heat and air downstairs. But upstairs, we don't have heat or air. So my husband, well, right here is one. My husband put in these electric heaters that are wall mounted, and we have 3 upstairs, and we refuse to turn them on. So him and I, the girls are all heated. They're not cold at all. But him and I are just like, we can suffer. We can hold out, put clothes on, wrap yourself up. So I am these are actually, when we go to our cabin up north in the winter for Christmas, we have these thermals. So this is my thermal top, and you guys are going to love this. These are my thermal bottoms. They're red hearts. It's cold up here, let me tell you. So we are trying to stay warm. I got my hair all tucked inside of you can see my little hair clip, all tucked inside of my head. I about said headband. My hat. Anyway, so that's why I'm dressed like this, and I got my slippers. But I want to go through a magazine with you guys. And now, I will tell you guys, I cleaned and organized my room, and I got all my magazines put up, and I found 1 or 2 that I had duplicates of. And that was a little while ago, and now I don't remember what I did with those duplicates, so I don't know if we've already been through this one or not. I don't think we have. But this is Crochet World, August 1987. And I actually took my glasses off, so I'm going to put them back on so I can see. Alright, so says over 2 dozen 2 dozen patterns inside. A bundle of crochet fun, kids tote bags, basket weave Afghan, casual cotton top, little girl sundress. And look at the bag she's holding or using. Isn't that cute? Crochet fun, it's in the bag. Oh, and her sweater's even crocheted. Nifty. Crochet World is the magazine for crochet lovers like you. Aw. Oh, look at her. Do I have this? Man, I don't think so, but I want this one. Look at that one. See that dress? See the pineapples down the dress? I want that one. It's a table of contents, the editor's page. Tells you crochet stitches. Oh, here's the little tote bag. You can see it better. Look at those bears. And then there's hearts on the drawstring. How cute is that? Okay, so it looks like you make 2 pieces. You crochet the front square, then the back square, and then you just stitch them together. Holding front and back of wrong sides together and working through both pieces as one attach. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cute. Here we have some collars. Like collars. So there's that one. And then there's that one. These, it's just not something I would get into. Ah! Look at the Statue of Liberty! How cool is that? Huh, it's on top of a shampoo bottle. That is nifty. So if that's a shampoo bottle, that's pretty tall. 2-ply worsted weight yarn. What's that? So like a 4-weight. Because it says a size 6 hook. J. I can never remember the letters that go with the millimeter of a hook. I can remember off the top of my head. Maybe. Is I a 5.5, H a 5, J 6. Is that right? 6 millimeter. J I remember as a 6 millimeter, but I cannot remember the letters with the millimeters. But it says well, okay, so this says J 6.5 millimeter. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. Well, I say right, but it could have been, I mean, this is from 87, so I mean, things have changed, but, well, what, I don't have a 6. This is a 3.25, and it doesn't have the letters. Anyway, so yeah, I bet that's pretty tall. It doesn't, oh, here it is. Finished size, 10.5 inches. So yeah, that is pretty tall. It's what? Like that tall, I think. So here's pattern. Oh, look at this little guy. I would snuggle him and squeeze him and he'd get mad. That's cute. That's called, just child sweater. I like that. Here's a cute doily. I wish I could come up with something like this whenever I'm doing thumbnails for the pictures. And in case you guys didn't know, thumbnails are the small picture on a video. So like, this is hurting my ears. The hat is like digging in, making the glasses dig into the side of my face. What was I talking about? Oh, the thumbnails. So thumbnails are like the pictures that you see on your videos. I can never get a good thumbnail picture, and it drives me nuts. I wish I could. But yeah, I want something like that when I make my thumbnails. Is that a crochet flower? I don't think so. Here's a cute little picture frame. Isn't he adorable? Oh, that's on a embroidery hoop. That's something I wish I had time to do more stuff, because I love doing cross stitch, but dang it, I don't have time to do it. So here's an international doll. This is Miss Sweden, the Swedish peasant girl in quaint, old-fashioned clothes has wonderful charm. She wears a soft leather apron and a short jacket fringed with thick wool. A beribboned? A beribboned bonnet completes the outfit. Although this is a country outfit, it is occasionally seen in the cities. If you have any questions... Oh. So this is Miss Sweden. I'm interested what the head thing is. It just says a hat. It's weird looking though. It's cute. But I want you guys to see this word because it's like stopped at the end of a sentence and then it starts over. Right here. See the ribboned right there and then be ribboned. Is that right? Am I losing my mind? I don't think I've ever heard that word, be ribboned. Not the brightest crayon in the box. So here's a little cartoon. It says, wife made it. It's non-allergenic, mouth-proof, and machine washable and dryable. It should last forever. He's talking about his sweater that his wife made him. This is weird. This is a one-piece sunsuit for the adopted kid, which is the dumbest name I have ever heard for a doll. But it's an off-brand Cabbage Patch doll is what it is. But look what they did to the doll. So it makes me wonder if they didn't have an adopted doll to do the photo with. So they used the Cabbage Patch and then did this so they could cover up the body parts. That's so weird. Anyway. Oh, here we have a child's sweet little sundress. Look at her. This is reminds me of my baby sister whenever I was, let's see. I just turned 38 and she just turned 22 or 23. Oh my, she was born in 99. Yeah, that's right. She was born in 99. So she just turned 24. Yeah, on Thanksgiving. Is that right? Because she was, yeah. Anyway, so whenever I was younger and she was born, I can't do math right now. Anyway, so I would babysit her, which I wouldn't call babysitting my baby sister babysitting. I was watching after my little sister. And, oh, I used to grab her and waller her and squeeze her and kiss her and hug her and then let her go. And, well, before I'd let her go, she'd lay there and she'd squirm trying to get away from me and scream. And I'm like, no! And I'd grab her and wrap her in my arms and wrap her in my legs and love on her. And then she'd get up and take off running. And then I'd chase her down and do it again. Anyway, that is cute. The top, if you can't tell, is actually worked like this. You know, back and forth like this, and then you turn it this way, stitch it together, and then work the skirt part of the dress around it. So that is really cute. I have a top. No. How did I crochet that top? I don't remember. I have a top that I thought I did like this, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I didn't. I have a tank top that I thought I did like this. I don't know. Anyway, here is another placemat, and wow, look at these little motifs around it. So it looks like it's fabric, and then they added the crochet doily around it, or motif. Those are pretty. Wonder what that material is. Oh, so it's a placemat. So it says cut an 11 by 16 inch piece of fabric and 1 of interfacing for each mat. Cut out a square 3 by 3 from each of the 4 corners. Place interfacing on wrong side of mat and stitch with a zigzag around entire mat, sewing both thicknesses together. That's cool. I'm kind of thinking, isn't interfacing the white stuff that you can iron on to the material that you're sewing with? Is that interfacing? I don't know. Anyway. Ooh, look at this. This is a jacket. Very interesting looking jacket. I wish they had more pictures, dang it. Look at that. Oh, about hit myself in the face. That's, It looks like this is one piece. Maybe? I don't know. It looks weird. No, I shouldn't say weird. It doesn't look weird. It looks different. Have you ever made your half-year resolution? Yeah. I'm going to read this. It says, have you made your half-year resolution yet? What? You've never heard of a half-year resolution? I was just thinking that when I was reading. I was like, what's a half-year resolution? Well, honestly, it's 6 months. I know what that is. But I mean, I've never heard of that. Okay, I admit it. I made it up. With the hot summer weather ever present, I know it will be difficult to think back to the end of last year, but if you can, you will remember that frantic pace as you try to complete those craft projects for your favorite people. You barely had time to write your holiday cards, do the celebration food shopping, or buy those toys which are advertised naggingly on TV, and by January 1st you were near a state of exhaustion. Thus, it should not be a surprise that your January New Year resolutions were filled with concerns. I promise to watch my weight more carefully, not to spend so much money on gifts next time, try to start my projects earlier in the year, and so forth, and so on. By February or March, as the pressure eased, most of these promises have slipped from our thoughts. The half-year resolution comes at a time when you are away from the hectic holiday pace, so we could even call it Help Yourself Relax, because you are the focus of this resolution. With the natural soothing effect of summer comes the time for you to create something special for yourself. Do you remember that sweater pattern that you admired and promised you would make for yourself even when you had the time? Or that needlepoint you've been promising yourself to do someday? Well, make it your half-year resolution to take the time to do it now. How often have we heard the story about the shoemaker who uses his craft to make shoes for everyone in his family while his own shoes are in need of repair? Most craftspeople would be compared to the shoemaker because their own plans are rescheduled so that just this project can be completed for Aunt Sue or Cousin Adele before starting that sweater for themselves. And, as you all well know, another project takes over so that the someday project never materializes. A Wisp of a Jacket, which is the name of this jacket, is an easy-to-do lazy project which works up fast and is just the kind of craft you might like to try for your half-year resolution. Pamper yourself now. Make that half-year resolution. After all, you deserve the best. That was awesome. I liked reading that. Oh, here's the crochet potpourri. And for those of you that don't know, oh man, it doesn't give the definition. Crochet Oh, here's a means to swap ideas and information, friendship squares, and generic pattern requests, such as those for slippers, paw holders, and doilies. So that's what the potpourri is. Okay, so we have someone looking for a shamrock pot holder. We have, will gladly pay for a baby set made from baby yarn in the shell over shell pattern. Your help would be great. Your help would be greatly appreciated in helping me find the Lord's Supper, a religious pattern. Please write, as I only need one copy. Will pay cost. I wonder if that's a filet crochet thing. Matt and I one time went to a visitation. And hanging on the wall was a big filet crocheted piece. And it was a religious scene. But I can't remember if it was the Lord's... I don't think it would have been the Lord's Supper. I don't remember what it was. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it was the Lord's Supper. But man, could you imagine doing that? I like this one. Wanted. In all capital letters, it says wanted. New friends and traders. I have lots of patterns to trade. If interested in becoming my new friend, send me your list and wants. That one's from Hardinsburg, Kentucky. The Lord's Supper. Did I say the Lord's Prayer or the Lord's Supper? Says is from Encino, California. We'll trade crocheted tablecloth patterns in Normandy lace, Brussels lace, or Flemish lace for an old pillowcase pattern of embroidered cross-stitch butterflies in lilacs with a crocheted insert. That's specific. Can also offer patterns for crocheted miniatures or old 1900s patterns for yokes, filet crochet, and baskets, etc. What on earth is Normandy lace, Brussels lace, or Flemish lace? That is from West Bend, Wisconsin. SOS. Does anyone have the crocheted panda directions which appeared in Crochet World a few years ago? It was very cute and I have lost my copy. If someone could mail it to me, I would pay postage, have a copy made, and return it right away. That's cool. That is from Johnson, Vermont. I enjoy each issue of Crochet World very much. Am learning to crochet and would like a mile-a-minute pattern as well as pot holders and afghans. I am learning the Afghan stitch. Will try to respond to all. Abilene, Texas. Abilene, Texas. Here's another little passage. I don't know what this is. It just says thoughts on Afghans. It says my favorite crochet projects are Afghans. Currently I have 4 in progress. The first is being made in Squares My Take-Along project. I take it along with my purse, and whenever I assume a sitting position, out comes my crocheting. The other 3, my favorite kind, are one piece, using as many colors as possible. I give the name first choice to the Afghan I want to complete next. Currently, my first choice is one from a White Birches publication and is called Vibrations. It has loops which are eventually looped together to form a braid. I have a square that has that. Braid the length of the Afghan. The other 2 Afghans are a Granny Ripple and a Rick-Rack pattern, given or rather taught to me by my sister. I plan to start with 2 rows of the same color on my first choice Afghan and am aiming for a different color every row, no two colors alike in the entire Afghan. However, if I learn of a family wedding coming soon, my first choice will be the nearest finish, so colors will get duplicated to get done in a hurry. This is really awkward to read. The way it's worded is a little confusing. I do a row on each of the Afghans each day. Each day I find time to crochet. Each project has its own bag with a pouch containing scissors and the proper sized hook. Also, I keep a photocopy of the pattern in the same bag. As soon as an Afghan is finished, the next and nearest done becomes my first choice. Usually, somewhere in between, I've found a new pattern to try out. I like to buy yarns at yard sales and on sale in stores. Of course, I frequently buy a skein or two of any new color that strikes my fancy or is lacking in my multicolored Afghans. I always roll my leftover yarns using a yarn wrapper. When I plan a row in an Afghan, I weigh the yarn to see if I have enough. By using a wrapper for a winding center, I can accurately estimate the amount of yarn in a ball. I write on the pattern the number of ounces needed per row and the amount needed for borders and or the first and last rows. Often if there is only if there is only color enough for one row, I use it on the first row. So that is just so oddly worded to me. Like I said, I'm not the brightest crayon in the box. I make a practice of using a yarn which guarantees a match each time, no dye lots. I hope your readers can use some of my ideas. Crochet World is my favorite magazine. I renew my subscription and give 3 others as gifts year after year. Well, that's cool. How about a top? This is a crocheted casual cotton top. I like the way she's wearing that. I could see girls wearing that now, and it being stylish or fashionable. For those who enjoy working with natural fibers but don't wish to spend a small fortune on a single garment, this is the pattern for you. Oh, excuse me. While most sweaters made of natural fibers run into a sizable investment, this one should cost very little, if any more, than the same sweater made in a comparable synthetic. The casual top featured here combines cotton in a relaxed fit to make a comfortable cooler for summer day or evening. This is cute. It's a tote, and it's pattern of the month. This month's winner created fun patterns, designed the tote, a true conversation piece. So she won first place for this. It's a cow. That is really cute. I wish they could have put the picture like not. Oh, let me pull the page out. There, now you can see it better. Not show the pattern. That is really cute. This is the second place. Oh, take to the woods with this backpack. But I don't see anywhere that says what it is. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I guess it's not a design. A design. It's not anything. It's just a design. I thought it was supposed to be something, but I mean, it is cool. It's It's different. So I'll just leave it at that. So we have the Q&A section where people write in and ask questions. So this one is, I haven't been crocheting very long and I'm getting discouraged. For some reason, my yarn keeps separating when I crochet. Can you tell me how to prevent this? It's very annoying. Okay, so the answer, check your crochet hook carefully for snags. Aluminum hooks often become pitted from dropping or careless storage. A snag on the hook will cause your yarn to pull and separate as you crochet. If you can't see or feel any surface damage on the hook, try passing a piece of nylon stocking or other silky fabric at the end of the hook. The slightest imperfection will snag the fabric. Never try to correct the problem by sanding the hook. Just discard it. Inexpensive so-called bargain yarns are notorious for separating. This is because they aren't spun as tightly or carefully as more reputable brands. Always try to use the finest materials that you possibly can and the finest tools available. Good luck. I think I would also add to that. So the first thing that comes to my mind is crocheting with care and Simply Soft. The thing I would say next to that would be practice on actually grabbing the yarn with the hook instead of, I don't know what the... So instantly, what I'm seeing is someone trying to crochet with Karen Simply Soft with a Susan Bates hook. That's a nightmare. So I first would say get a clover hook and try that, and then practice. Pay attention to grabbing the yarn when you make your stitch and not, whipping through it really quick to get the project done. Focus on grabbing the yarn, and get your project done, and then not use that yarn again. Okay, so the next question is, I am interested in copying an edging done in raised wheel lace. I can figure out most of it, but what makes the stitches in the center of the wheel rise the way they do? No idea what they're talking about. What? To make the raised wheels, wind your crochet cotton 25 times around a pencil, slide it off, and work 38 double crochet over the coil. Join with slip stitch to first double crochet. The raised wheel can become the center for any number of decorative motifs. Use your imagination. This pattern is especially attractive for collars, borders, yokes, linens, even entire dresses. This happens to be one of the many techniques of the past that is making a grand comeback this year, especially in crochet collars. What on earth are they talking about? I'm going to have to Google that. Raised wheel lace? Oh no! I spilled spaghetti sauce on a white acrylic sweater that I crocheted. Several colors and bands decorate the shoulder area of the sweater, so I'm afraid to use bleach in the washing machine to remove the stain. I've tried everything and can't get the stain out. The washing instructions I got with the yarn say to use mild soap and cold water to wash. Can you help me? Spread your sweater out on a flat, non-porous surface, the top of your washing machine perhaps, and apply a small amount of undiluted chlorine bleach to the stain. Use just enough to cover and saturate it. Apply to the white area only. Don't let it spread to the colored section. Let the sweater stand for 15 minutes, then launder according to the directions. Unless you've left the stain in over long, this process will remove it without damage to your sweater. I wouldn't do that. I would probably first I would run it under hot water with Dawn dish soap and try that and see if that works. And if that didn't work, then I would lay it on or just leave it in the sink, not the whole sweater, just, you know, she said it was just the shoulder, right? I think. Um uh and then take like just a plastic cup or a junk cup that you don't care about, put a little bit of bleach and water in it, mix that up, and then maybe just kind of like with your finger, get some bleach and water on your finger, and then just start to rub the area. There ain't no way I'd let that set for 15 minutes. No. 3 or 4 minutes, if it's not coming out, I'd say it's bleach isn't going to do it. So I would try something else. 15 minutes? That just seems like it would dry. It's acrylic. I spilled spaghetti sauce on a white acrylic sweater. Several colors in bands decorate the shoulder area of the sweater. So I bet it's colors close together. I wouldn't even try the bleach. Stay away from the bleach. Don't use the bleach. Nope, nope, nope. Dish soap. Yeah, definitely Dawn dish soap. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever dumped or spilled. I mean, even if I have spilled something acrylic or spilled something on acrylic, it, you know, running it through the washer takes it out like 90% of the time. I don't think I've ever ruined anything that was acrylic. I don't know. Anyway, so I want to make a round heirloom pineapple tablecloth. Ooh. From a pattern that is better than 60 years old. The problem is that the cotton called for in the directions is no longer manufactured. I want to substitute Coates & Clark knit crocheting, but I have no idea how much to buy. And I have to buy it all at once because I'm doing it in color. How much cotton would I need to make a round pineapple cloth 72 inches in diameter? And the answer is 20 balls of knit crocheting used with a size 7 steel crochet hook should do the trick. This is interesting. I didn't even read the question. I just saw the first word of the answer is copywriting. I make original crocheted items which I sell from my home. As I am not well enough to work outside the home, my little enterprise provides my income. Recently, I had a very disturbing experience. One of my customers bought an item which I designed, took it apart, copied it, and marketed it herself. I looked into copywriting, but since I have so many items to be copyrighted, the cost would be far more than I can afford. Is there any way I can protect myself from something like this happening again? That's horrible. Although I mean, thinking about it, how many times have I bought something from an antique store, pulled it apart, and then did it again for you guys on YouTube? It's kind of the same thing. It says copywriting is the only absolute protection, but there is a way that will give you some grounds to dispute piracy if it should occur again. Until you find that you can afford to have your designs copyrighted, simply mail a dated photocopy of your typed or written pattern to yourself by registered mail. Do not open the letter when it arrives. Simply file it in a safe place. The unopened, dated, postmarked pattern will establish when it was designed, at least, and by whom, if someone later claims to have designed the item. You will have proof that your design came first. That's interesting. So the next question, I have designed and made a lovely sweater for a friend, but meanwhile, she has lost a tremendous amount of weight. Congratulations to her. My sweater will swim on her. I don't want to have to unravel it and start from scratch. What can I do? If your sweater isn't too bulky, you might try this. Determine how much you need to eliminate from each side seam. Just outside this measurement, make 2 rows of machine stitching along seams. Have the stitch rows close together. With yarn and a tapestry needle, sew the side seams together. Inside the machine stitch rows, carefully cut away the excess. I just give it to her and tell her she can wear it around the house. We all have that around the house outfit. So this says bonus hints. Save all of your yarn scrap to use as stuffing for small crocheted or cloth craft items. Leftover yarn ends can be snipped into small pieces and stored in plastic bags for this purpose. Want a handy yarn dispenser? Pry the plastic sleeve off the bottom of any 2-liter bottle of soda. Set it aside. Cut the bottom of the bottle off close to the base. Place your yarn skein inside the bottle and thread the loose end through the neck and out the top. Replace the plastic sleeve to hold the yarn inside and you're ready to crochet. Huh? Like the label? I'm not sure what that means. Okay. So moving on. Here is a outfit for a not Barbie. That's pretty. I like the umbrella. Or parasol. Yeah, parasol. I have to tell you guys, I don't know, I don't think I've told you, but so on Etsy, I have my patterns for sale, right? And I have my not Barbie patterns advertised as crocheted Barbie dress. And Mattel emailed me and threatened to sue me if I didn't take Barbie out of the name of my not Barbie dresses. I so badly, I mean, I understand, okay, whatever, the measly, what, $20 I maybe make off that pattern in a year is probably, bothersome to them. And I understand, whatever. I so badly wanted to put on there in big parentheses, not Barbie crochet dress. This is not for Barbie. But I was like, I can't be a butt about it. I'll just let it go. But I was like, really? I mean, obviously they know, or they can find out what I've made on that dress, because somewhere I'm sure it says blank of, have been sold of this, and it's just like, okay, Mattel. Anyway, here's the next pattern. It is a rainbow bunting. How cute is that? The baby looks absolutely snuggleable. So, I could instantly see putting a baby in this. Let me pull this apart. There you go. Putting a baby in this. Putting their arms in on the inside. And then, like, the armholes, I wouldn't tie it, but I'd, like, wrap it like this so they couldn't get their arms in there. And then I'd love them and squeeze them and hug them and kiss them. Oh, man. Holy cow, look at this. Test your crochet knowledge. I've never seen this. It's a puzzle, a crochet trivia puzzle. And the answers are on page 44. What are we at? This is going to be a long one, but that's fine. So how about... I was going to say let's do like a trivia thing, and then the winner can get, you know, I'll provide the winner a gift or something, but I'm not 100% sure about some of these questions. So how about I'll just read them to you guys, and you guys try to answer them to the best of your knowledge. You can write down your answers as I go and then see how many you get right. There's 20 questions. Some of these look pretty rough. So number 1, crochet as we know it, my voice just really cracked. Crochet as we know it today is the product of what continent? Number 2, another name for Afghan stitch is blank crochet. I'm not going to answer number 1 because I saw the answer on the other page, but I didn't see this. I have no idea. It's not coming to my mind. I know, so like I would answer something that had to do with being able to cross stitch on it, because every time you see the Afghan stitch, which is like made with that Afghan hook, there's always pretty designs cross stitched in it. So I would guess something to do with cross stitch. Okay, number 3. What is the name of the thick, blunt needle used to poke holes in fabric so that crochet can be worked directly into the fabric? A darning needle? Or is that to fix socks? I'm going to guess darning needle. Okay, number 4. The crochet chain into which the first... See, this is so confusing the way this is worded to me. I'm sorry. I'm going to start it over again. The crochet chain into which the first row of actual crochet is worked into is called the blank chain. I think that it is the foundation chain, but I always hear it as foundation row, so I'm not sure. I'm going to say foundation. All right, number 5. What color is pistachio? A green. A light green, I think. Number 6. Oh. I was reading, the word is asymmetrical, but I was reading it as something else. Anyway, an asymmetrical design is of what proportions? I don't understand the question. So in my mind, I'm like, perfectly square? Is that what that means? I don't understand the question. Okay, number 7. What 2 authors, shouldn't that be, who are the 2 authors that wrote A New Look at Crochet? No idea. Number 8. 100 grams of yarn equals approximately how many ounces? $80. I have no idea. Okay, number 9. Who is the editor of Crochet World magazine? I'm not going to answer that because I have it in my hand. So you guys can try to get... I'm sure there's been many different ones. This is from 1987, if you want to Google it. Oh, here's a good one. What is the strongest natural fiber? I'm going to say cotton. Number 11. English size 8 and metric 4mm are equal to what U.S. crochet hook size? So are they asking for the letter? I don't understand. Word for word, it says English size 8 and metric 4mm are equal to what U.S. crochet hook size? Let me, F? Is it F? I have no idea. Okay, number 12. What color is taupe? Taupe is like a tan color, right? Like this. Like this color, I think. Okay, number 13. I'm not going to say this right. Lynette Karaoke and Blarney spun. I'm going to say them again. Lynette Karakoa and Blarney spun are names of yarn put out by what yarn company? Number 14. I'm going to say Red Heart. I don't know. Number 14. A child whose chest measures 21 inches generally wears what sweater size? Around? Is that 21 inches around? Yeah, right. That'd be 21 inches around. Medium? Okay, 15. A group of 3 or more stitches worked into one stitch or chain space and drawn together at the top with one loop is called a... Could be several. I would say a decrease or a cluster. Or somebody could call it a bobble, depending on the stitch. Like if it was a treble and you brought them all together and then worked... No, that's not a bobble. It'd be a decrease or a cluster, I think. I don't know. That makes me feel so stupid. I hope I'm not wrong. Okay, number 16. The color of yarn that is blank will not run or fade in hot water. White? White? I have no clue. All right, number 17. What is another name for Jiffy lace? Irish lace? I don't know. I'm guessing. DTR is an abbreviation for what? Double trouble. I think. I don't know what else it would be, but I think it's a double trouble. That was 18, I'm sorry. Number 19, a novelty blend of metallic with wool or synthetic yarn is called what? A blend of metallic with wool or synthetic. So a metallic blended with wool or acrylic is called what? I know what they're talking about too. So it's like it's got that like almost like a little piece of tinsel strung through it. Like instantly I'm thinking Karen Simply Soft Party? Is it Party? That with that little strand of tinsel running through it? What is it called? I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, last question, number 20. American crochet hook size 10.5 is equal to what letter size? Didn't I just read that on another pattern? Isn't it a K? Or no? I don't know. I think it's a K. I don't know. That's all of the questions. So if you guys want to pause this and write down your answers, or just not write them down now, but I mean rewind the video and then write down your answers, I'm going to go ahead and read off the questions. So what I'll do is I'll read the the question again and then read the answer. So number 1 was, what country did what continent did crochet come from? The answer is Europe. And I just saw the answer to number 2, and I could kick myself in the rear end because things like this make me think to myself, for Pete's sake, how did you not know that, Alana? Duh. And now that I see it, I know that. I know it. What's another name for the Afghan stitch? Tunisian or Victorian. Never heard of the Victorian part, but Tunisian. Duh. Number 3, what is the name of the thick, blunt needle used to poke holes in the fabric so you can crochet into it? If any of you got this, I would love to know. The answer is bodkin or stiletto. Okay. The crochet chain, which the first row is worked into, that is the foundation. So I got that one right. 1. I got 1. What color is pistachio? Light yellow green. I don't even remember what I said. I think I did say light green, but light yellow green. All right. So number 6, an asymmetrical design is of what proportion? Unbalanced or unequal? What 2 authors wrote A New Look at Crochet? Elsie and Mike Sommer. Sommer. Is it still pronounced summer or is it summer? Number 8, 100 grams of yarn equals approximately how many ounces? I was way off. It's 3.5. It's 3.5 ounces. Who is the editor of Crochet World magazine? It was Mildred T. Rice. What is this? Oh, wow. I was wrong. What is the strongest natural fiber? It's silk. All right. 11. English size 8 and metric 4 millimeter are equal to what U.S. crochet hook size? F or 5? Did I say that? I don't remember if I said that or not. All right, number 12. What color is taupe? Brownish gray. That is not what I was, what I said. Oh, wow. So, okay. So the Lynette, Carioca, and Blarney Spun are names of what yarn names of yarn from what yarn company? It's Bernat. Didn't know that. All right. Oh. Number 14. If a child's chest measures 21 inches, what size sweater is that? The answer is 2. So number 15. A group of 3 or more stitches worked into one stitch with a chain or a chain space drawn together at the top is called a what? A cluster. So I think I got that one. I got the foundation. I think I got the F hook. I'm not sure if I got that one or not. And I got the cluster. So 2 or 3 out of 20 so far. The color of yarn that is blank will not run or fade in hot water. Boil fast? All one word. Boil fast. No idea. Okay. What is another name for jiffy lace? Broomstick lace. Cool. DTR is an abbreviation for what? Double triple crochet. Which, it's kind of the same thing, right? Double treble, double triple. A novelty blend of metallic with wool or synthetic is called what? Lurex. Lurex. And number 20, American crochet hook size 10.5 is equal to what letter size? K. I got it. That was fun. That makes me want to sit down and make my own. That sounds really fun. Okay, so we have still got a little bit to do, and I just looked up and it was straight up 1 hour. Holy cow. So I'm going to go a little bit faster. This is a set of 3 little gift bags that are in lace. Looks like it's just like a mesh. Cute. Then we have a basket weave afghan. It's not the basket weave stitch. It almost looks like that's a quilt pattern and they crocheted blocks and made a basket. It almost looks like that'd be some sort of a, like a quilt pattern that they crocheted. Oh, look at this little babies. 2 baby sweater variation. So here's one. I want to snuggle it and love it and kiss it and hug it. And then here's the other. I love the babies. There's a little cartoon drawn at the bottom. I don't know who is saying this, the man or the woman, but it says, wet thoroughly, squeeze and tumble dry to reshape. Too bad you're not made of acrylic fiber. So many things are running through my mind right now that I'd love to say. Like, for instance, if my husband said that, I probably would have thrown the skein right in his face, dropped everything, walked out, and not talked to him. And then when I did say something, I'd look at him and say, better not. Anyway, I better not. Here is a filet dress or scarf, and it's cardinals. Well, I would call them cardinals. That is really pretty. Little things, quick and easy crochet patterns that make up in a snap. So it looks like stuff for a baby shower, a basket, hat, or an umbrella. And then you've got 4th of July little star rockets. Adorable. These are actually really cute. I don't mean that as in I didn't think they would be cute, but I meant like, because it says it's for a, where did I read that? Favors for a baby shower. That'd be adorable laying all over the tables. Like in the center of the tables with some confetti. Show it off. Holy cannoli. Look at these. Since my husband, brother, and 2 sons are all Shriners, I decided to make them an afghan for Christmas. Said blank blank of Denver, Colorado. I worked out the stitches from a picture of the shrine emblem. It says, good work. We'll bet the men in your family just love their special afghans. That is cool. And then a bit of Wisconsin made this Elvis Presley. She's crocheted for over 36 years. That is cute. This afghan caught my attention. I wish they had better pictures, dang it. But from Houston, Texas, crocheted this Christmas afghan for her mother-in-law. She calls it her memory afghan, as blocks depict family holidays and memorable events, such as the bell for Christmas. Talk about Christmas in July. I don't know why it said that, but that is so cool. So like a memory afghan. So, you know, you would think of important things that happened in your family and then you'd crochet a block, but somehow dedicate, like, so like this, you can see, you know, a reindeer, gingerbread, looks like, leprechaun, Looks like a hot pepper, maybe a heart, an owl. That would be pretty cool. I could think of so many things right off the top of my head. Harvest, planting season, the month you bought a new vehicle. So you could do a truck for, you know, you got a new vehicle that month, or, you know, you could do, so like for my husband, planting and harvest, I could do a combine on one, and then a tractor on another. And I'm trying to think as fast as I can of something else, like a baby being born that month, or a big party you guys had for somebody's birthday. That is a really cool idea. So the next one says, I love to crochet and have been doing so for many years. I have 5 children, 3 grandchildren to crochet for. I like making dolls and clowns the best. Look at all of what she's crocheted. Look at that, right there and right there. Those are the, well, those could be Cabbage Patch, I don't know, but those are what the adopted dolls look like. Is that one of those doorstop mice? Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy. What is that little thing? I can't tell. The panda. That reminds me so much of something my dad used to have when he was a kid that I seen. Alright, well, let me get through these last few pages. Looks like classified ads. Look at this. Look at that butterfly. I believe that is it, guys. 1987 Crochet World. That was fun. I really enjoyed that crochet trivia. That was a lot of fun. I'll have to look into that. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next. Leave me a comment and let me know what you guys thought of this episode. This was a lot of fun. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.